McKenzie. I'm a bio major here at Smith.
Hi, I'm Bridget. I'm a Women and Gender Studies major here at Smith. So today we're just going to take a little walk around the bulb show, see what's blooming, and get ready for spring. This year we really tried to focus on keeping the species together and looking at all the different forms and shapes and colors that bulbs can take.
It's a great show because every time you come it's a little bit different because everything kind of blooms. It's all blooming at the same time, but it blooms a little differently every day. So it's sort of a guessing game of timing, and every year Dan Babineau, who runs the show, and Jimmy Grogan and everyone involved gets a little bit better at tightening the window where everything is blooming. But even still, so there's certain things that haven't quite popped yet and certain things that are in full bloom.
Yeah, and in the mix of everything, we have things that aren't bulbs as well. Like we have a lot of citrus plants that are kind of liking this slightly cold environment. We have a Laurel Petulum in the middle that's related to witch hazel, and you can tell because its flowers kind of look like claws. That's really beautiful, and it's kind of like a bright pink. One of my favorite bulbs is, I don't know what they're really called, but I call them snowdrops, and you can see them sometimes around neighborhoods in this area poking up. And I was always told that's like how you know that winter is about to be over, is when like you can see the snow melt and they just like begin to poke their heads out of the ground. So this is a good sign.
Something that's really cool about the bulb show is I'm constantly seeing things that I've just never encountered before and probably never would. I don't even know what this is. In the bulb show, we have a lot of different plants happening at once, and so in the spaces where they're being stored and where they're being sorted, we keep them numerically organized. And so a lot of these plants, while we know what they aren't individually labeled like you'd see in the rest of the greenhouse because they're sort of like a one and done thing. But I mean, the structure of spring bulbs is really sort of this elegant thing that, I don't know, there's something unique about the way they come up and down. Yeah, it does.
It's like a fish skin.
And it's not even open yet. This is the flower before it's even open. It's so interesting.
Fishiest bulb. Oh wait, is it broken?
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. Whoever knows what this is, leave a comment below.
We will figure it out.
Me and Mackenzie were just talking before you came in about how we really want the flowers to kind of seem as though they're caving in on you, like you're fully surrounded. And part of that is that the flowers all want to go to the sun. So to make that illusion, you have to constantly turn them inwards, and they keep going and you turn them in, and they keep going, you turn them in. So it's all kind of part of the feeling that they're coming towards you. And we also stake them up because sometimes their flowers are so heavy, they want to totally just droop over.
Oh, look at that!
I love these. They look like
it's a crocus.
bandaged little claws, like they got burnt and they needed to get wrapped up, and then they're just springing out with their little fingers like so this. Cute. Doesn't it look like they all have like a cast on?
It's true. I've never noticed that about them before. Crocus come in all different colors and sizes too, which is really a fun thing about them. There's not a ton of them in bloom right next to us. But they're one of the most common things you'll find like out in the wild. Maybe not that yellow one, but purple and white crocuses are super common. They naturalize really, really well out in our environment. What is that?
I don't know, but I touched it and I was like, is it gonna rub off on me? And it did.
Cool. It's so weird.
Oh, I can tell you what it is. It's Rhododendron Berry.
Another great example of stuff
Ericaceae, so it's related to blueberries.
Perfect. Which is really interesting. That's another cool thing. That was definitely brought in here to be a textural color contrast to the things around it. And as you can see, it really highlights these purple tulips kind of right in front of it in a way that's super cool. I don't know what color this tulip is going to be when it comes out, but it's probably going to look really great in front of that dark background. But this is a cool thing that grows in here that's been kind of cultivated by the other gardeners, by Dan Babineau and some of the other people, knowing that this show happens every year, so encouraging these blooms to sort of thrive in the underbench space. I really want to say these are the snowflakes, but I could be totally wrong about that, so don't believe me. But I think it's really beautiful how they have this tall kind of elegance to them. And these are another early bloomer in the spring that come up, and I think that they just, I love this little dangly way that spring bulbs have of living. I think it's really elegant and soft, and I think this is a cool example of how we're always thinking about these shows, but we're not necessarily always displaying them, right? Like they're always here, but they're not always present. So hopefully this is the last of our virtual bulb shows. We really hope that next year, even in I would say the mom show, I would love to see in person, but we hope you enjoyed this little tour of it.
Yeah, we hope it brings you a little taste of spring and welcomes in the end of a very long, really hard winter, and that it brings you a little happiness. So hopefully you're staying safe and you're healthy and you're having a calm time.
And when you close your eyes, maybe you can see this stuff. If you look really hard, you can just close your eyes really tight and you'll be here. You can be here.